Okay. Hello, I'm Gannon KASHIWA. I'm the technical marketing representative for Universal Audio. We're here at the AES show in New York in the Avid Developer Pavilion, and we're showing our AAX implementation of our UAD-powered and Apollo-powered plugins. This is our number one client request, customer request, so we're happy to actually have it running here. This free upgrade of the release will be available before the end of the year, and it features complete AAX64 compatibility with Pro Tools 11. That includes audio suite, multi-mono instances, as well as faster than real-time bounce. Complete support. The other thing that we're very excited to be showing is our new release of the API Vision Channel Strip plugin. So here we go. All right, so I have a 60-some track session here that's playing. This is a wonderful acoustic. Most of the instruments here, actually all the instruments are acoustic. So I'm just going to play a little bit of this and show you what's going on. Right here we have a Vision on our kick drum. Sorry, you have to not much of a trackpad kind of guy. There we go. So here's our Vision channel strips working on the kick drum, and this is a really great emulation when you crank up this input gain here. And it does wonderful things to this kick drum. We're going to boost it up a little bit here. Unbypass it so you can hear it. There we go. There we go. So we're overdriving the input stage and making a compensation with our output stage. That enables us to work on the compressor and basically use the wonderful model of the preamp that we're using, which adds wonderful non-linear harmonic distortion to the input stage. It just starts to sound thicker and better as you distort more. So there's that. We're also showing on our acoustic guitar, this is the Ocean Way Studios room emulator. So what this does is give you a couple of different options on rooms at the famous Ocean Way Studios. This is a Bill Putnam Sr. designed room, and we worked very closely with Alan Sides to develop this and show off the rooms and his incredible microphone collection. And what it does is give you three different levels, closenesses, proximity of the microphone. So you work with your nears and your mids and your fars. You can adjust how far they are. So here's your position, and I'm choosing the room A, and a guitar is my source. You have different sources that you can select as well. What this does though is I've got my close microphone at about 5 feet, I've got my mid microphones at about 11 feet, and then I've got my distance microphones at about 24 feet. You can work with these in balance here. And let's see, we're going to re-mic. I'll mute these so you can just kind of hear. I don't know if you'll be able to hear. It's much easier in the headphones. If you can put headphones on that microphone. No, I'm kidding. So this allows you to balance out your mic levels. So this is kind of a stereo miking in close. I'm going to add in a mid set. And I can hear it right where I am. You guys might not be able to hear it quite as well. And then here's your fars. So these are the ones that really give it a bunch of ambience. So it's almost like a reverb. You can hear how wide that gets. Probably not all that useful in the mix. So what I tend to do is feature the near microphones, then bring this guy back a little bit. So what this is a single input, and it just gives you that spatialization. Another thing that this is great for is virtual instruments. So if you take something that is completely computer generated and have it play out of your studio speakers, is what the emulation is, it sounds fantastic. It brings life to virtual instruments. So that's the Ocean Way plugin. Oh my God, yeah, she's fantastic. Here's another instance of the vision on a djembe. This guy, again, when you drive this thing, check this out. It starts to distort in a really, really nice way. It's not like a digital distortion, it's a very handsome analog distortion. And you can really drive the pee out of the compressor. We actually have both of the curves of the compressor. We have the new one and we have the old version. So this is the emulation of the 2005 version of the channel strip. But, you know, it's classic API EQs. I love it. Whoops, let's put it in, how about? There we go. So there's nice slap. You can start to hear it ringing low.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's what a djembe should sound like. You have to be careful of that because it clouds up your mix a little bit, but they sound wonderful. And then, let's see. Here we go. This string solo, okay, master outputs first. So basically this is what I would put on the mastering chain just to give us a little bit of cleanliness. So I've got a Manley massive passive with a little bit of a cut. Again, you can color this just by using the gain input. You don't even need to use the EQ and the compressor part of this for color. If you just use the mic pre side of this, you get a wonderful analog color. And then Studer 800 with your choice of tape. So I've got a little bit of excessive shine on here, but let's not have that. I think somebody's been in my session already. What's nice about this is that you can get your gain stages back together simply by reducing your output. So I'm driving the input really hard and then taking the gain on the output. So it's the same sort of strategy you'd apply to the analog gear.
And it seems so user-friendly.
Oh my God, it's a piece of cake. All right, and let's see. One last thing I wanted to show you. Let's go back. Sorry, this trackpad is going to drive me nuts by the end of this show, I can tell you that. Speaking of the strings, these strings are just lovely. Lush string section. I took this, this was 48 tracks of strings all bounced down to 2, and they just sit in the mix so lovely. So I'm starting with a Cambridge EQ, and then I'm going through the Fairchild compressor, and then the Pultec, and then I'm using this EMT 140 plate, which is just gorgeous. These are the kinds of things you need to play with. They're very subtle in the way that they act, but they cause the strings to sit into the mix just in a beautiful sort of way. And let's see. Yeah, that's about it. So this is the kick. This kick is comprised of 3 tracks going into a subgroup. So I've got a Millennia EQ on the 57, I've got a Cambridge EQ on the 112, and then the Vision EQ on the subgroup. And again, you know, it's just fun to play with this thing. So we drive it. You can hear how that just gets all thick and fat and just really nice. So even without EQ so much, let's just do this a little bit here. We'll focus on that. I'm going to give it some pants, make it a little bit thicker, give it some edge. Let's go a little bit lower here. There we go. And then again, the preamp is probably the funnest thing to play with. Just listen to what that does. It just starts to come out in this cool way. So this is the kind of thing, put the headphones on and play with it. Help yourself. Thank you very much.